to go to the bathroom, it's like everybody comes out of the army with hemorrhoids. You're pushing. Here's what I say on radio all the time. If you've got a magazine rack in your bathroom, you're constipated. I mean, who has time to read that if you have a bowel movement, right? So the bottom line is this. We think detoxification. Stop consuming toxins. Stop that and start this. Eat better food, detoxify the body, and you're at the first rung. You don't want to take an immune modulator to kill cancer. Because if you do that without detoxifying the body, you get auto-intoxication, liver, kidneys, they can't handle it. You follow me? So Velocity not only has key herbs that are thousands of years as evidence of their effectiveness, but the ratio is brilliant, and it's very effective. I wish I had more time, but I don't. So I think the next thing I'm supposed to do is introduce Chuck. You're up next. Now let me just tell you, this is Chuck Dewey, if you don't know, president of the Whole Wellness Club. Every Wednesday, Chuck and I talk. There's an access code number you can call in, and we give the hopefully the best accurate information on health and healing that you'll find. So call in and listen to Chuck, and I'll be back at least a couple more times to talk about other products. Thank you.
Who's asking, Missy? Yes. I just wanted to say that in my morning stupor, I forgot to introduce John Rosenbaum, founder. Would you stand, John? Founder and mastermind of the Wellness Club. And now you meet President Founder Chuck Dewey. Thank you.
We're going to talk about enzymes. But first I want to say that I'm a recovering network marketer. And we have the cure for the disease. We have the right kind of company that provides people that actually do it the right way. That's a lot of what the whole Wellness Club is about. Enzymes, you know, in putting together a product portfolio, we wanted to cover all the bases. And there's not one biochemical reaction that happens in your body without both enzymes and minerals working in concert. Absolutely essential to every biochemical reaction. And we have a problem in this society. We, all of us, eat cooked foods. This morning I had breakfast at the inn, and I think I had fried eggs and bacon, probably has nitrites in it. I didn't stop doing some of the things I should stop doing, and start doing some of the things like eating that fresh fruit over there. We all have this problem, but we can work on it. But so I had a diet this morning that probably was devoid of a lot of enzymes. And there was a researcher back in the 20s and 30s and 40s, Dr. Edward Howell. You could call him the father of enzyme research, enzymology. He started out as a medical doctor in the 1920s. Back then, they didn't go to college to become a medical doctor. They went to a medical school, a medical college. It wasn't like a regular college. They taught them how to heal people. They didn't quite have the same kind of orthodox medicine we have today. And he started his career in northern Illinois at a clinic where he started experimenting. The clinic was attending to elderly people who had disease problems. And he started experimenting with their diet. And he started using raw foods, which has all the enzymes intact. And lo and behold, they were getting well. And that set him on a whole course of study over many decades that caused him to become the father of enzymology. And what he discovered was the same thing that you've all heard of the Pottencher's cats experiment, how the cats became well on this raw food, that we need enzymes. In fact, he discovered that we each have a are born with a limited store or capacity to produce a certain amount of enzymes in our lifetime. And it's kind of like being born with a bank account with money in it. And you can use that bank account all your life. When you run out of money, that's it, right? But if you have this store of enzymes, if you find a way, in the case of the money analogy, if you find a way to bring some more money in while you're alive, learn a trade, start a business, your bank account's going to last longer, isn't it? And in much the same way, as a society, before the modern day and age, people ate raw foods. One of the most celebrated societies for their health was the American Eskimo back in the 1920s when Howell was very active. They studied, they went up and watched these people, and what did they eat? Raw meats and blubber, right? They didn't have vegetables. I take that back, they would eat the cud from the caribou. They would open the first stomach and eat the cud that had some of the vegetables. But they were eating animals that ate vegetation, but had all the enzymes intact because it was raw. And this was one of the healthiest societies of its time. We would have thought with that kind of diet, you wouldn't be healthy, right? Knowing what we know about a balanced diet. It was the enzymes in their foods. And so it was proof positive that enzymes was absolutely essential to physical wellness. And so you've got this limited capacity to produce enzymes in your lifetime. And when you use that up and you begin not to be able to produce certain enzymes, that's really coming towards the end of your life. Many times it's evidenced and manifested in certain diseases that come up because the enzymes aren't there. Your pancreas is not able to produce the right enzyme to deal with that situation because that capacity is beginning to diminish. So if you supplement with enzymes, it's kind of like finding a trade or a job and supplementing that bank account. You're going to extend the quantity of your life. And you can save yourself, your pancreas, a whole lot of stress. The average American has a pancreas, and I'm probably one of them, because as Dr. Chappelle pointed out, I haven't had my coffee anyway yet. I have, you know, my wife bought me this suit so I could hide my stomach. Because in the last year I put on 10 pounds. I've never had that thing happen to me before. I'm quite used to eating anything I want anytime. All of us in this room have certain health issues and propensities and weaknesses that we need to work on. Wellness is a project. And eating the right foods, there are enzymes in those raw foods down there. Those are food enzymes. And the foods that people used to eat, the Aboriginal people that we all were at one time or another, whether we were meat eaters or nuts and fruit gatherers, we were eating foods with all the food enzymes in them. Today, we are calling upon our pancreas, because we eat cooked foods, all of us, to produce all the enzymes necessary to digest that food. It really wasn't designed to do that. That's why, like any muscle that gets exercised, it gets larger and larger. The pancreas is 2 to 3 times the size that it ought to be. You're walking around that way. Don't you want to do something about it? It's easy. Right back there, you'll see the bottles of enzymes that we have. And in the Whole Wellness Club, we are very particular about the kind of products that we select. We spend a lot of time researching and finding. We're a marketing company. You know, we're not a manufacturing company. Some people think that's a negative. Actually, I think it's a very big positive, because I look for the absolute best manufacturer of this kind, the absolute best experts in the world to find for each product. We've got the Abasia product, but there's nothing, it's unparalleled. Every product we bring into the Whole Wellness Club is like that. And together we're building a reputation for being that kind of a product company, so that people can come to one place and be assured that they'll get an uncompromised product that's the best of its kind, and that's meeting a very broadly held need, something we all need. We all need enzymes. It's life itself, it's energy, and it's absolutely necessary for every function of the body. So all of us are walking around with probably an enlarged pancreas, except perhaps Dr. Chappelle, who's been a good boy for many years. But you know, that's where you want to arrive at, where you can bring things into your body in balance. And the consequence of eating these